You tell yourself you're a victim, that life is against you, that you wake up every morning on the losing side, with the world pressing down on your shoulders. You tell yourself nothing ever goes right, because things are set up for others, not for you. Maybe you say you don't have good genetics. You didn't get the support, the money, the breaks. You blame your job, your parents, your friends, the way you grew up. You tell yourself those are the reasons you can't get ahead. You look at people who win, and you say it must be luck, or fate, or some secret door that only opens for them. You create the story in your head because it's easier than facing the truth. You repeat it so much you start to believe it, and now you wear it like armor. Except it's not armor. It's a cage you built yourself. But here's what you try to hide from. Deep down, you know the story is not real. You keep playing the victim because it's easier to stay in the comfort of excuses than to face the pain of accountability. It stings to think you might be exactly where you are because of your own actions or your lack of them. You cling to the narrative because if it's the world's fault, you don't have to change. If it's too hard, you don't have to struggle. You can stay where it's safe, where you don't feel exposed. You want to believe it's out of your hands, because then you never have to test your strength. But every time you say, I can't, every time you blame something outside yourself, you rob yourself of power. You exchange your strength for comfort. That is what keeps you stuck. This false story, this lie you keep telling. When you hold on to the victim mindset, you kill your progress before you even begin. You focus on what you can't control instead of what you can. You see every challenge as an attack, every obstacle as proof that you're doomed to fail. So you stop trying. You talk yourself out of effort before effort even starts. You don't push, you don't train like you should. When things get tough, you back down and look for someone or something to blame. You let excuses fill the space where hard work should be. Every minute you spend blaming is a minute lost, wasted energy that should have gone into moving forward. This mindset doesn't protect you, it paralyzes you. You press pause on your own life, holding out for the day when the world gets easier, but that day never comes. The truth is, you can only move as far as you're willing to push yourself. Every time you accept a victim story, you set your limits in stone. You give away your power by refusing to fight for it. Instead of searching for ways to win, you search for reasons why you lost. Progress is not found in pity. It's found in relentless action. But if you believe you're powerless, you act powerless. You start to see your failures as permanent. You stop learning, you stop growing, and you fall into the same habits that keep you weak. The victim mindset gives you nothing but empty hands and wasted time. If you want progress, if you want change, you have to kill the story and build a new one. One where you're in control, no matter how hard it gets. It's easy to blame the world for why you don't have what you want. It's easy to say the competition had better opportunities, more time, more resources. You point at the outside world and convince yourself that's what's holding you back. But that's a lie. The world is not the reason you're stuck. Your own decisions, your own habits, your own refusal to act, that's where the blame belongs. Every morning, you choose to hit snooze. Every day you choose comfort over growth. Every time you make an excuse instead of taking action, it's not the world stopping you. It's your lack of attitude. The weight isn't going to lift itself. The miles aren't going to run for you. Nobody is coming to force you to move. You have to decide how you respond to what life throws at you. You can refuse to take responsibility, keep waiting for someone to rescue you, or you can face reality head-on. Everything you want sits on the other side of hard work and discipline. You have two choices. Stay where you are and let the world decide your story, or stand up and fight for what's yours. The world is unfair to everyone. Some have it easier, most don't. That's life. But greatness is never about perfect circumstances. It's about action taken in spite of obstacles. If you want change, you stop blaming the outside and start demanding more from the inside. The power is always in your hands, but only if you pick it up and use it. No one cares about your excuses. Only you can close the gap between who you are and who you could be. Stop hiding from your own reflection. Take a hard look at every moment you quit early. Every time you chose an excuse instead of action, own it. Your failures, your missed chances, your wasted days, they belong to you, not to fate or luck or anyone else. You want real power. Claim your mistakes. Don't let them define you, but accept that you made them. That's how you get better. That's how you start to build real strength. From the truth, not from stories. Responsibility is not a punishment, it's a tool. When you take hold of it, you stop being a victim. You become someone who fights for progress instead of someone begging for mercy from the world. Holding yourself accountable is the only way out of this cage. That's when your life starts to change. The next time you fail, and you will, don't point your finger at the world. You point it at yourself. Be ruthless with your own weakness. Ask yourself, did I give everything? Was I disciplined? Or was I comfortable? Did I push past the pain? Or did I quit as soon as it got hard? Stop waiting for acceptance from others. The only approval that matters is the one you earn from your own actions. Hold the line. When you own your losses, you take the first step toward winning. Nobody is coming to bail you out. You have to fight for your own progress. Take control now, or waste another year pretending it was never your fault. You say you're tired, busy, unlucky. You stack up reasons, one after another, to explain why you didn't show up today. But look closer, strip away every reason, and what's left is simple. It's laziness with a mask on. Every excuse is just a shield you use to protect yourself from discomfort. You say you can't work out because you don't have time, but somehow you find time for your phone, your shows, your comfort. You say you don't have the right equipment or the perfect plan, so you do nothing at all. The truth is, you're not waiting for conditions to be right. You're just avoiding the grind. Deep down, you know it. Every time you let an excuse win, you let weakness build its home inside you. You teach yourself that giving up is okay, that comfort is more important than growth. Excuses sound clever. They help you sleep at night, but they rob you of pride when you wake up. You tell yourself you'll start tomorrow, next week, when life is less hard. But that day never shows up, because laziness always finds a new excuse to keep you down. Stop lying to yourself. You don't lack time, you lack urgency. You don't lack talent, you lack commitment. You don't lack opportunity, you lack the will to suffer for a result. No one ever built greatness with easy days and soft choices. If you want to be proud when you look in the mirror, you have to crush the excuses and call them what they really are. Permission to stay weak. And that ends when you decide it ends. You know the difference between real effort and just going through the motions. Real effort is showing up when it's uncomfortable, pushing deeper when your body screams free to stop. It's forcing out one more representative when your mind wants to quit at 5. That's not comfort, it's sacrifice. It's sweat, pain, repetition. But most people settle for just looking busy. They put in a little time and call it work. They coast through their workout, stop when it gets hard, and then complain when nothing changes. That's not progress. That's comfort dressed up as effort. Conformism is a slow death. You do just enough to feel like you tried, but not enough to actually change. You're not tricking anyone but yourself. You have to make a choice each time you train. Do you want to be the person who barely meets the minimum or the one who demands more? Real effort is painful. It's lonely. No one else can give it to you. Success is built on the moments nobody sees. When you dig in, when you refuse to quit, when you ignore the easy exit and attack the challenge head on. Conformism is everywhere. It's the voice that tells you, that's enough for today, when deep down you know it isn't. You can live your whole life inside that comfort zone and never grow an inch. Or you can break out, push until it hurts, and watch yourself rise. The gap between winner and loser is filled with honest work. Decide which side you're on. Complaining is the easiest thing in the world. You walk into the gym or face your day, and your mind starts listing everything that's wrong. The equipment isn't perfect. You're tired. Work was stressful. You tell anyone who'll listen, and maybe it makes you feel better for a minute. But here's the truth. Talking about your problems does nothing to solve them. Complaining doesn't add a single pound to the bar. It doesn't move your body one step closer to your goal. You can talk for hours, you can post online, you can whine to friends, but the weight stays on the floor until you pick it up. No amount of words is a substitute for action. The world doesn't hand out results for complaining. It respects those who shut up and work. Every minute you spend complaining is a minute you could have spent grinding. Every complaint is energy wasted, power lost. The bar doesn't get lighter because you had a tough day. The run isn't shorter because you complained about the weather. The mirror doesn't change because you don't like what you see. Only action moves you forward. Only discipline breaks through the wall. Complaining is a trap for the weak, a habit for those who want sympathy over success. If you want to build strength, physical and mental, silence the excuses, silence the noise, and pour every ounce of that energy into effort. Let your work speak for you. Results only answer to those who lift, push, and refuse to back down. Silence is your weapon. In a world full of noise and distraction, everyone has something to say about why it's hard, why it's unfair, why they deserve a break. But you don't need more noise. You don't need to voice every thought, every doubt, every excuse. Let others waste time talking. You fight your battles in silence. When it's time to work, you shut your mouth and lock in. Every time you choose silence over excuses, you get stronger. You build focus. You train your mind to turn away from weakness and lock on to discipline. Mental laziness grows when you let yourself talk about why not. It dies when you stop giving it airtime. When you stop announcing your intentions, you start making real progress. Silence is not about hiding or pretending. It's about respect for the work, for yourself. Let your results speak when you're done. Don't tell people what you're about to do. Show them what you did. Use silence to sharpen your actions. Every moment spent thinking, complaining, or explaining is a moment stolen from growth. You don't need permission. You don't need applause. You need the discipline to keep moving when no one is watching. Silence is how you train your mind to prioritize what matters. Effort, repetition, progress. Build in silence. Become unbreakable in silence. Let the world hear your work, not your words. You wait for motivation to show up, thinking it's the engine that will drive you. You scroll for quotes, videos, or stories to spark that feeling inside you. But here's what no one tells you. Motivation is not reliable. It comes and it goes. Some days you wake up ready. Most days you don't. If you only move when you feel like it, you'll move once a week, maybe less. The people who win, the people you look up to, they don't rise and fall by their emotions. They act no matter how they feel. They understand that progress has nothing to do with mood. They know the clock is ticking whether they're excited or not. You make the mistake of thinking motivation will always be there to carry you. It won't. True power comes from discipline, not motivation. When the alarm goes off and you're tired, discipline gets you out of bed. When the soreness hits or life throws punches, discipline keeps you moving. Motivation is for the moments when things are easy. Discipline is what carries you through when everything is against you. Stop waiting to feel inspired. Start acting, because that is what is required. Results are earned one decision at a time, with or without a spark. If you want to separate yourself from the pack, show up when motivation is gone. Do the work, because it's non-negotiable. That's how you get real. That's how you win. Motivation is a visitor. Discipline is a lifestyle. Pick one. Discipline is what builds champions. Not emotion, not luck, not talent. You need to show up whether you want to or not. The days you wake up tired, the days you are angry, the days you are bored, those are the days discipline matters most. Anyone can train when it's easy. Anyone can work when it feels good. But that doesn't make you different. That doesn't make you stronger. It's the work you do when you have no energy, when you'd rather quit, that sets you apart. Discipline is your promise to yourself that you'll keep going no matter what. It's building habits when your mind screams for comfort. The body gets forged under pressure, but the mind gets forged in moments of resistance. You don't need to feel like working to get stronger. You just need discipline. Willpower runs out, excitement fades, but discipline stays. Every representative you grind out when you'd rather leave the gym, every meal you eat for fuel instead of pleasure, that's discipline in action. It's not about waiting for the perfect time or perfect mood. It's about doing what needs to be done, again and again. That's where true toughness grows. That's how you earn the right to call yourself committed. When you build discipline, you build a foundation that will never break. In the end, discipline is the difference between wishing and winning. Make it your weapon. Use it every day, especially when you don't want to. That's when it counts most. Victim thinking feeds procrastination. When you see yourself as a victim, you always find a reason to wait. You tell yourself you can't start until things get better, until the timing is perfect, until someone helps you or something changes. But all you're doing is wasting time. You convince yourself you can't move forward, so you don't even try. You pass days, weeks, even years blaming people or problems, but deep down that's just an excuse to put off action. You stay stuck because it feels safer to be powerless than to risk failing while trying. Victimhood gives you a way out, a reason to delay, to watch time slip by. But every minute you wait, you lose opportunity. You trade your future for comfort in the moment, and one day, you'll wish you fought harder. Procrastination is not just about being lazy, it's about running from responsibility. When you say, "It's not my fault, it's not my time," you're not just avoiding effort, you're giving away your life. One moment at a time, you let important chances pass you by, but nothing changes, because you never take control. You never start. That's how people throw away months, years, even lifetimes. The world keeps moving. No one is coming to force you out of bed or into the gym. No one is stopping the clock while you make excuses. Every day you buy into the victim story is another day you never get back. If you want to win, you kill the excuse, kill the delay, and get to work with what you have, right now. You keep telling yourself you're waiting for the right time, but that's just laziness hidden behind pretty words. You say you'll start when things calm down, when you have more energy, when life gets easier. But the truth is, perfect moments don't exist. Life will always give you another problem, another reason to wait. If you sit around waiting for everything to line up, you'll be waiting forever. That perfect moment is an excuse to do nothing now. It's your way of letting yourself off the hook while pretending you're still serious about your goals. The world doesn't reward those who wait. It rewards those who act, even when the timing isn't perfect. The best never wait. Champions build progress in the middle of chaos, not because they had an easy life or special timing, but because they refused to let circumstances decide their fate. Waiting for the right time is an old trick your mind plays to keep you comfortable, to keep you out of the pain that growth demands. If you always wait for motivation or the best setup, you miss your shot every single day. Winners take what's in front of them and get to work, no matter how rough or imperfect it is. If you want results, you stop waiting and start now, even if it's messy, even if you're not ready. Action beats planning, beats wishing, beats waiting. Get moving. The right time is now, and always has been. Comfort is the silent killer. It feels good because it's safe, warm, and predictable. You settle into routines that numb your drive. You choose the easy road because there's no pain, no struggle, no risk. But comfort is a trap. It's where dreams go to die, quietly, with no one noticing. You start skipping the hard workouts, telling yourself it's just for today. You lower your expectations, little by little, so you don't have to feel disappointment. You stop challenging yourself, and soon enough, life just passes you by. You think comfort is a reward, but it's actually the chains that keep you from making any real change. Comfort asks nothing, but it gives you nothing back. If you stay comfortable, you will never grow. Every goal worth fighting for demands pain, demands hunger, demands that you crush the urge to take it easy. The world doesn't give respect or results to those who settle for what's easy. It rewards those who walk through fire, through fear, through doubt. Comfort may feel good now, but down the line, it turns into regret. You trade a few moments of peace for years of what if. Every time you choose comfort over discipline, you build the walls of your own prison. If you want to break out, you must be willing to get uncomfortable every single day. That's the test. Comfort or greatness. You can't have both. Pick your side and pay the price. Every day, you step into a silent war, and the enemy lives inside your head. It starts the moment you wake up. The comfort zone is whispering to you, stay in bed, take it easy, skip the struggle. It wants you soft, slow, satisfied with just enough. That voice will always give you an excuse to avoid pain. It will remind you of everything you've already done, so you don't push for more. The war is real, and it happens long before you touch a weight or start your run. It's the fight to move, the fight to show up when you'd rather hide. Most people lose this battle before they ever get to the gym because they listen to that voice and believe it. You have to crush that voice every single day. The comfort zone fights dirty. It uses your fears, your doubts, your laziness to slow you down. It wants you on autopilot, going through life numb and untested, but there's another voice in you. A smaller one, maybe, but harder, sharper. The voice that tells you to get up, to go beyond your limits, to refuse the easy way out. The internal battle never ends. But every time you choose action over comfort, that strong voice grows. It's never about the perfect conditions or the right feeling. It's about the decision to fight the war inside, to show up for yourself when nobody's cheering. That's how you leave the comfort zone behind. That's how you become a weapon. Sharper, stronger, relentless. You don't break inertia with one big, perfect move. You break it with small choices, right now, right where you are. Get out of bed as soon as the alarm goes off. Put on your shoes and walk out the door. Pick up the weight, even if you don't feel ready. One honest action, no matter how small, smashes the chains holding you back. It's not the size of the step that matters. It's the decision to move at all. Every little action is proof you can steer your own life. You're not waiting on motivation or a sign. You're building momentum with every choice. Small wins add up, and each one makes it easier to win the next fight. Stop waiting for life to feel easy before you start. Callous your mind with small victories. Show up, keep a promise to yourself, finish a set, choose discipline just once today. Every time you act, you weaken that lazy voice inside you. You become the kind of person who does, not just dreams. Remind yourself, the hardest part is starting. Once you move, your momentum builds. One push-up leads to a workout. One honest meal leads to a better week. It never has to be perfect or pretty, only done. Progress is built brick by brick. If you want real change, commit to one strong action each day. Let that first move shatter your excuses and show you who you really are. Momentum is earned, not wished for. Start now. Move, and the rest will follow. No one is coming to save you. No amount of pity, help, or sympathy will carry you where you want to go. People can support you or cheer you on, but no one can do the work for you. Nobody can eat right, lift the weight, or run the mile in your place. Your progress is your responsibility, nobody else's. The world is tough, and it doesn't care how hard things have been for you. You don't get extra credit for having it rough. You only get stronger by facing the challenge and refusing to quit. Waiting for others to feel sorry for you won't build muscle, won't change your habits, won't make you better. The truth is simple. Your dreams depend on what you do, not what anyone thinks or feels. If you keep hoping someone will solve your problems, you'll stay stuck forever. Pity doesn't push you forward. It holds you down. You don't need more comfort or understanding. You need more action. Stand up, take control, and own your journey. Whatever you want. Strength, respect, transformation. You have to earn it when no one is looking. Everyone faces pain. Everyone faces setbacks. The difference between winners and everyone else is that winners don't wait for help. They don't wait for someone to pull them up. They build themselves, day after day, through discipline and grit. Your victory depends on your hands. Nobody can live your battle for you. Take responsibility. Start fighting. That's the only way out. You need a soldier's mindset. Hard, focused, and always ready for battle. Every day is a new fight. Not against anyone else, but against your own limits. You have to wake up and train your mind before you ever train your body. Soldiers don't wait to feel prepared. They show up whether it's rain, cold, pain, or fear. Comfort means nothing to a warrior. Victory goes to the one who refuses to quit, pushes through the setbacks, and holds the line when every part of their body screams to stop. Every morning, you put on your game face. You decide, before the first step, the first rep, that you're going to finish where you started, no matter how tough it gets. Discipline is your only weapon. Strength comes from doing the hard things when nobody's watching. A soldier's mind doesn't need applause or rewards. It needs the satisfaction that comes from suffering for progress. You need to be relentless on purpose, organized in your actions, and calm under pressure. Every task, every assignment, every workout is another mission. You get it done or you don't. There are no shortcuts or easy victories. You either win the day or the day beats you. Demand more from yourself. Refuse weakness. Maintain the discipline of a soldier. Make that your standard every single day. That's the only way you rise above the rest. Change is not for the faint of heart. You need cold blood and steel will if you want to transform. There are moments when emotions will try to overtake you. Doubt, pain, fear, frustration. That's when most people quit, because they can't control what they feel. But you don't have that option if you want to win. You have to keep your focus sharp and your resolve unshakable. You train yourself to move forward no matter how heavy the pressure is, no matter how little motivation you feel. This is the price of improvement. Cold decisions, made again and again, even when you're tired or alone. It takes a tough mind to ignore comfort and embrace the pain of growth. Willpower comes from doing the right thing when it's boring, when it's ugly, when no one sees your struggle. All champions have cold blood. They do what's necessary without pity, without waiting for a pat on the back. Change demands you harden yourself against weakness. Ignore the voice begging for rest and march forward anyway. You can't flinch in the face of struggle. You can't pause just because it feels hard. Iron will means you keep pushing until the finish line, until the job is done. That's where real transformation lives, in the choices you make when quitting seems easier. Build that will, stay ice cold under pressure. That's how change becomes real, and how you leave ordinary behind. People love to talk about talent. They use it as an excuse and as a reason to quit. They point to others and say, that's just natural ability. He was born lucky. She has a gift. But that's not the truth. Talent means nothing without effort. You can have all the genetics in the world, but if you don't put in the work, you end up with nothing. Champions are built, not born. The strongest athletes, the toughest minds, none of them got there by accident. They showed up day after day, year after year, no matter how little talent they had. Talent may open the door, but effort is what keeps you in the room. You can't buy hard work, and you can't fake grind. Every representative you earn, every drop of sweat, every failed set, every hard lesson, that's what builds you. Effort is the great equalizer. One person with average talent and relentless discipline will crush someone with natural gifts who chooses to stay comfortable. Stop looking at others and start attacking your own limits. Stop complaining about what you didn't get and start building with what you have. At the end of the day, your work ethic drowns out whatever talent you think you're missing. Don't use genetics as your excuse. Make effort your weapon. Put in the work, outlast the talented, and you'll find yourself standing where they never gotta go. Talent is a bonus. Effort is everything. Remember that every time you step into the fight, champions are not made by luck. Luck is something people talk about when they don't want to respect hard work. You might see someone winning and think they just got a lucky break, but you don't see the years behind those results. The missed parties, the long nights, the relentless grind. What molds a champion is consistent action, not chance. Every day, effort compounds. It builds on itself, piece by piece, until one day it looks like an overnight success. But there's no shortcut, no secret, only work that nobody else wants to do. That's what separates those who break records from those who watch. If you want results, stop asking for luck, start building habits. Champions do the work whether someone's watching or not. Small actions repeated every day. Wake up early, put in extra reps, finish the workout even when you're exhausted. Those are the bricks that build greatness. You can't hope your way there, and you can't wish for results. Consistent action is the only thing that brings real change. If you only work when it's easy or rely on luck, you'll get passed by those who never stop. The formula is simple. Action, day after day, no matter how you feel. That's how champions are made. Through sweat, discipline, and a refusal to quit. Make relentless effort your foundation. The results will take care of themselves. Truth is sharp. It cuts through every excuse and forces you to see things as they are, not as you wish they were. You want results? The truth is, most days you don't act because you're lazy, not because you lack time or skill. You stop when it's hard. You give in to comfort. That's what keeps you where you are, nothing else. The voice in your head will try to shield you from this reality. But deep down, you know the difference between effort and laziness. When you stop lying to yourself, when you stop blaming other people or bad luck, you give yourself the chance to change. The lazy habits are exposed, and you have no place left to hide. Use the truth as your weapon. Let it burn through every excuse until there's nothing left but the work that needs to be done. Does it feel uncomfortable? Good. That's how you know you're being honest. Change begins when you stop protecting your laziness and start attacking it. Every representative you force, every time you show up when you want to quit, that's the truth moving you forward. If you want to destroy weakness, you have to face the facts. not run from them. Don't soften the truth to feel better. Let it cut deep, let it wake you up. Only when you see your laziness for what it is, can you start to kill it, one action at a time. There's a cost to laziness that nobody talks about. It's not just a missed workout or a skipped day, it's entire years slipping by while you make the same excuses, watch the same shows, and live in the same comfort. Time doesn't forgive. You think you have plenty of it, but you don't. One lazy day turns into a lazy week, then a lazy year. Before you know it, you look back and realize what you could have been and what you actually are miles apart. That's the hidden price. Time you never get back. Every day wasted on laziness is a day stolen from your future. The gym stays the same. The weights are still there. But you lose the chance to become what you want. That loss is permanent. The pain of laziness isn't just weakness now, it's regret later. When you sit comfortably today, you borrow pain from your future self. All the missed goals, the what-ifs, the moments you wish you could redo, they build up. Regret is a heavy burden. When you can't lift away with one strong day, it grows with every easy choice and every skipped effort. No one feels the cost until it's too late. You can't buy back time. You can't train away years of excuses. At some point, you have to look at yourself and decide, are you willing to pay that price? Because the price of laziness is everything you could become, lost forever. Choose to pay in sweat now, or pay in regret for the rest of your life. If you keep playing the victim, your future is already written. You'll watch others pass you by, stronger, faster, sharper, because they refuse to wait, and you refuse to start. You'll talk yourself out of new habits and new risks. You'll stay in the same routines, chasing comfort and blaming luck. Years from now, you'll be in the same place, wishing you had started sooner, wishing you hadn't wasted so much time protecting your weakness. You'll have stories and excuses, but no results. You'll see progress in the hands of others, and wonder why none of it belongs to you. That's the cost of letting yourself remain absent from your own life. Nobody remembers the ones who never fight for themselves. You'll feel the sting every time you see someone become what you wanted to be. Living as a victim leads to an empty future, fewer victories, fewer memories, and a mind filled with regret. You'll carry the weight of every lost chance, all because you never stepped up, never took responsibility, never acted. The dream you have now will turn into a regret that never leaves you. Don't let your future be shaped by absence and fear. Step up. Be present in your battle. If you want a future that makes you proud, start fighting for it now, before it's too late, before all that's left is the pain of what could have been. Right now, you have a choice. Stay down or get up. No one is holding you back except yourself. Forget waiting for the perfect mood, for more time, for someone to push you. No more excuses, no more delays. Action starts the moment you decide to stop accepting weakness. Stand up, face the resistance, and move. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be real. Real progress comes from picking yourself off the floor and refusing to sit back down. When you choose to act, even in the smallest way, you send a message to your own mind. You are in control. You refuse to let your fears or your laziness rule you. You want more from life? Then prove it to yourself by acting. No one wakes up stronger without fighting for it. Every new habit, every personal record, every step forward is built on the choice to move. Right now, not tomorrow. You don't need a plan that lasts a lifetime. You need one decision to get up and get moving. Every minute you wait is a minute you'll never see again. Attack the day. Use your legs, use your will, use your grit. Do what needs to be done, and do it now. Not for applause, not for show, but for the person you're becoming. The only moment you own is this one. Start building your momentum now. Everything else is just talk. Results don't come to those who wait. They come to those who decide and act. You can watch others get stronger, faster, and better, but if you choose to sit back and wait, nothing changes. You can hope for a miracle or wish for a breakthrough, but wishing is just empty air. Progress comes from clear decisions and bold actions. Think about it. Every rep, every run, every positive change started because someone made a decision, not because they waited for the feeling to come. Waiting makes you a spectator in your own life. Every day you stand still is a day you fall behind. Only action moves you forward. If you want results, step off the sidelines and into the fight. The only thing that matters is what you do next, not what you hope for, not what you promise yourself when things feel easy. Decide to attack your goals and follow through with action, even when it's uncomfortable. The finish line doesn't care how long you waited or how many excuses you made. It only sees those who cross it because they refuse to wait for luck or motivation. Every result in your life is proof of a choice you made. If you want more, decide now. The winners are not the ones who waited. They are the ones who acted in the face of doubt and fear. Be relentless. Make decisions. Take action. That's the only way you earn real results. Self-pity is the enemy inside your own gates. It whispers that you're trying your best, that the world is unfair, that you should just take it easy today. It tells you it's okay to quit early, to skip the hard work, to wait for a better moment. But every time you listen, you feed your weakness. Self-pity is comfortable, but it destroys progress. It blinds you to your own potential by convincing you that your situation is special, that your pain is unique, that you are somehow above hard effort, because life has been hard. The truth is, everyone struggles. The difference is in who gets up and fights back. Evolution demands the death of self-pity. As long as you make excuses for why you can't grow, you will never move forward. Excuses keep you chained to the same spot, while you watch others overcome and rise. Each time you tell yourself you can't, you lock another door between you and your goals. You have to be brutally honest with yourself. Call out the excuses and crush them before they take root. Replace self-pity with self-discipline. Refuse to let comfort dictate your future. Progress belongs to those who fight their own weakness, who silence the easy voice and answer with action. Make that your standard. That's how you evolve. That's how you win every single day. The victim mindset traps you in a never-ending cycle. You feel powerless, so you stop trying. When nothing improves, you blame the world, which just makes you weaker. You repeat the story that you're unlucky or that life is unfair. And each time you do, you give up more control. You avoid hard work because you think it won't matter. That leads to more failure, more frustration, and even more excuses. Before you know it, surrender has become your only habit. You go through the motions, staying stuck, and watching opportunities pass you by. The more you play the victim, the more you believe you can't change, even when the truth is, you just refuse to try. The consequences are heavy. You lose time, confidence, and hope. You become bitter, wasting your energy on jealousy and regret, instead of building something better. People start to avoid your negativity. You become isolated, not by the world, but by your own surrender. In the end, the world doesn't punish you. You punish yourself by choosing to do nothing. That cycle can last a lifetime if you let it. You break it the second you take control back. When you stop blaming and start owning every choice, every result. It only takes one action to end the cycle. Decide to rise, decide to fight. Refuse to let the victim story write your future. Take charge, or live with the consequences. There's no middle ground. There's no more time to wait. Change isn't something you put off until next week, next month, or next year. It has to happen now. Every second you wait is a second you lose. Urgency is not about panic, it's about clarity. Seeing that your life is passing whether you act or stand still. You either do what needs to be done today, or you stay stuck. The clock never slows for you. Nobody gets extra time because they're tired or overwhelmed. If you want real change, you grab this moment and make it count. Hesitation is just another form of defeat. Stand up, draw the line, and refuse to cross it backwards ever again. This urgency isn't up for debate. Change is non-negotiable if you want to become more. You don't bargain with comfort. You don't ask for more chances. You decide right here, right now, that you're finished being less than what you could be. The time for excuses is over. The time for soft promises is over. Immediate action is the only standard. Attack your weakness like your life depends on it, because it does. The world only remembers those who make the hard turn and never look back. Your evolution begins the moment you refuse to negotiate with the old, weak version of yourself. Start now. Do not wait. Make this day your turning point and never settle again. Total control over your destiny belongs to you, no one else. Every outcome, every result starts with your choices. You decide whether you get up or stay in bed. You decide whether to push further or let yourself quit. Life throws obstacles at everyone, but only you control how you respond. Stop looking outside for power or permission. You get one shot at this life, and your future is built every single day with your decisions. That's real power. You can't change the past, but you own every second from here on. If you want something different, you have to act different right now. No one can live your story for you. Total control means total responsibility. You shape what happens next by what you do today. You're not a passenger. You're not here to watch yourself drift year after year. That's the mentality that keeps you average. Choose dominance over chance. Grab hold of your discipline, your habits, your actions. Make them work for you, not against you. The world will offer resistance, but your choices decide whether you break or rise. You are the only author of your results. If you want a destiny you're proud of, seize control and never give it up. This is your fight. Own every moment. Build your legacy, one relentless decision at a time. Go stand in front of the mirror, look your own reflection straight in the eye, and strip away every mask, every excuse, every easy story you've told yourself. No distractions, no noise, just you and the truth. Ask yourself who you really are when nobody is watching. Can you honestly say you gave your all? Can you admit where you chose comfort over progress? Stop hiding from your weak spots. The mirror doesn't lie. It shows you your reality. Strong or soft, disciplined or lazy, honest or in denial. Face that reflection, because until you do, you'll never change. Own everything you see, good and bad. Most people run from their reflection because they can't face the parts of themselves that need to improve. But leaders, champions, warriors, they stare themselves down and demand better. Drop the mask. There's no one to impress in that mirror but yourself. It's on you to admit the truth. What you did, what you didn't, and what needs to be fixed. This is where growth starts. Not in the gym, not in the noise, but in the silent moment when you choose to be real. Accept the flaws, accept the missed chances, and then decide you're finished living beneath your best. The mirror is your battlefield. Win that battle, and the rest will fall in line. It takes real courage to give up the victim mindset. Anyone can complain. Anyone can blame the world, their past, their circumstances. But it takes guts to accept that you are responsible for your life. Right now, weakness whispers that you are powerless, that you should stay stuck, that things are too hard for you to change. Strength means facing those lies and calling them out. You need bravery to step out of your comfort, admit your mistakes, and stand up for your own progress. It's a fight, not a one-time decision, but a daily choice to stop acting helpless and start leading your own life. The world is full of people waiting for someone to rescue them. Don't be one of them. Stop making your struggles your identity. Face your battles head-on, even if you're shaking. You don't have to be fearless, just relentless. Willing to act even when doubt is screaming at you. The weak look for a way out. The strong look for a way forward. Drop the excuses, abandon the self-pity, and build a backbone, even if it hurts. That's the real test. Can you move through fear and weakness and rise on the other side? Courage isn't loud. Sometimes it's just refusing to step back into the old story. Pick strength over comfort. Write a new ending. That's how you win. Every day, you need an attack plan, because laziness and fear are always waiting for your guard to drop. Don't wander through your day hoping you'll make progress. Set a target before the sun comes up. Know exactly what you will do, whether it's hitting a new lift, pushing through your run, or sticking to your plan when distractions try to pull you away. Write it down. See it in your mind. Prepare to strike before hesitation creeps in. If you start the day uncertain, laziness will find its way in. If you're not clear about what scares you, fear will run the show. Make your plan simple and direct, and attack it. Don't wait for the perfect mood or easy conditions. The daily fight is always against the same two enemies, your own comfort and your own doubt. Win by moving early, before excuses pile up, before fear grows. Attack the hard things first. Don't retreat after a setback. Reset and charge again. Build discipline with every victory, no matter how small. Each completed attack hardens you, makes you braver, pushes laziness and fear further into the background. That's how you stack wins. That's how you become ruthless about your goals. You can't wish your way to progress. You plan your attack and execute every single day. That's warfare. That's how you conquer yourself. Today is the only day that matters. You don't get stronger tomorrow by putting off the work right now. Your standard is simple. Be better than you were yesterday, not someday, not when you feel like it. Every day, look back and see what you could have done harder, longer, smarter, and fix it now. Don't settle for close enough. Push for that extra rep, that cleaner set, that tougher habit. You can't move forward if you wait for a better mood or easier circumstances. Progress is measured in today's choices, not tomorrow's promises. The future is built by the work you refuse to postpone. Make it non-negotiable. No space for, "I'll start later," or "I'll do more tomorrow." Every time you say tomorrow, you buy weakness another day. That's how people stay average. Always planning to be better, never actually doing it. Your fight is with your own limits from yesterday. Outwork them. Outsmart them. Beat them with effort that doesn't care about feelings. Comparison isn't with anyone else. It's you versus your last self. Every day, every set, every choice. That's how warriors rise. Refuse to hide behind tomorrow. Make the decision to step up now. Relentless, committed, better than before. That's the only path to becoming unstoppable. Strength isn't built in a single day. It comes from repetition. The choice to show up again and again, no matter how you feel. Every time you repeat a hard workout, every time you get back up after failing, you lay another brick in your foundation. Most people give up when it hurts, or when the results come slow. But the strong find power in the routine. They keep coming back, doing what needs to be done, even when nobody is watching. It's not about one heroic effort, it's about constant, steady battle. Over time, repetition forges you into someone who won't break. Refusing to retreat is where true strength is found. Life will hit you with setbacks, pain, and doubt. But if you refuse to back down, if you fight through the tough days and keep your standard high, you become unshakable. Quitting can't deliver pride or progress. Only persistence can. Every rep, every run, every disciplined choice, stack them up day after day. Strength comes from facing hard things and coming back for more, no matter the outcome. If you want to win, stay relentless. Make not quitting your habit. Make repetition your backbone. That's how champions are built, through non-stop effort and the refusal to walk away. Falling down is part of the process. Everyone hits the ground at some point. The real win is not about never failing. It's about getting back up again and again. Every champion, every strong mind, every disciplined warrior knows what it means to get knocked down hard. Pain, disappointment, setbacks, they're all guaranteed. What separates winners is the decision to rise when it's easier to stay down. Every time you stand up after failure, you prove to yourself that your willpower is stronger than your struggles. It's the most honest victory you'll ever earn, not perfection, but persistence. Continuing after you fall is where pride is born. Each time you refuse to quit, you take another step toward greatness. There is no glory in staying comfortable or hiding from pain. Glory lives in the long, lonely stretch between defeat and your next attempt. Strength grows only when you pick yourself up and keep going, no matter what happened yesterday. Progress is slow, messy, and full of bruises. But the only thing the world respects is resilience. Remember, your true triumph is built every time you refuse to stay down. Get up, move forward, and let nothing keep you from your next fight. That's how you become unbreakable. You have been quiet for too long, hiding in your own comfort zone. Comfort feels safe, but it comes at a high price, the price of your potential. Deep down, you know you're capable of more, but you let your routines and fears keep you silent. It's time to shatter that silence. Inside your head, let out a mental war cry, a demand to stop coasting and start fighting for your best life. You might not say it out loud, but you can let it thunder inside you. Tell yourself, right now, enough. Enough with settling, enough with playing small, enough with waiting for something to change. Change starts with you. A mental war cry is not about shouting for the world to hear. It's about waking yourself up, refusing to let another day pass, in laziness and quiet surrender. This is the sound of you breaking through every excuse, every fear, every lazy thought. Make it loud in your mind. Use that energy to drive your next move, your next workout, your next difficult choice. No more silence, no more drifting. It's time to get loud inside, to bring intensity to your decisions and actions. If you want to leave the comfort zone behind forever, you have to be ruthless with yourself. Unleash that inner roar and go after the life you know you're meant to live. Time waits for no one. It doesn't pause when you're tired or uncertain. While you think about starting, the seconds continue to pass. Opportunities slip away while you hesitate. Life doesn't care about your excuses, your plans, or your struggle with motivation. You can waste all day thinking about what you should do, but the clock keeps moving, and lost time never returns. It's brutal, but it's true. Every minute you delay, you fall further behind, not just in fitness, but in everything that matters to you. Time rewards the disciplined and punishes the lazy. That's the rule, whether you like it or not. Laziness must die right now, not tomorrow. Kill it the moment it appears. Don't entertain it. Don't reason with it. Eradicate it with immediate action. The longer you wait, the weaker you become. Make your move before you give yourself space to hesitate. Stand up. Start your workout. Set your plan in motion. This is not negotiable. Life belongs to those who act, who refuse to let another day be governed by soft choices. Choose action right now, even if it's small, even if it's just a single step. This is how laziness dies, under the weight of discipline, in the heat of relentless action. The only time that matters is now. Use it or lose it. This is your war, the fight that never ends, fought inside your own mind every single day. You are both your toughest enemy and your greatest ally. Every excuse, every fear, every ounce of laziness comes from within. Stop looking for someone else to blame or someone else to save you. The only battle that matters is the one against your old self, the version that settles, that accepts less, that hides from pain to stay comfortable. Nobody outside you can win this fight for you. Only you can conquer your weakness, kill your excuses, and demand more from the person looking back at you in the mirror. But you aren't alone in this war. You also have an ally staring back. That's the disciplined, relentless version of you that shows up even when it's hard. The one that refuses to quit, that welcomes struggle, that pushes further every day. Your job is to choose which side wins. Feed the champions, starve the enemy. Every action, every choice, every battle, win them with honor, with grit, with discipline. Victory starts the moment you decide you will never surrender to weakness again. Your future is built by actions you take, in silence, in sweat, in solitude. Step into your war. Be both your hero and your hardest opponent. This is your fight. Win it.